Tampa Bay's Christian Talk, AM 570 and 910 WTBN. I'm Bill Carl. Hope you're encouraged this morning by what you're hearing on the radio in terms of teaching.
Tampa is a very exciting place. I'm very fortunate. I was born and raised here, so I have watched the entire Tampa Bay area literally come up from the mangroves to the cattle to the agricultural community that we've had.
Growing up here in Florida, I can tell you that there are a lot of young people. There are thousands and thousands of opportunities for young people to get involved in Tampa. Professional sports of every kind. We've got baseball on the other side of the bay, football here, basketball just 45 minutes down the road in Orlando.
And the Tampa Bay metro area actually covers all 7 counties. 3.5 million people live underneath the signal coverage of our 2 radio stations.
WTBN reaches such an incredible audience of faithful and faith seekers.
Of course, within any community, there are different denominations. There are different ways that people look at their relationship with Christ. And what we try to do at WTBN is present a solid gospel message that is taken uniquely from Scripture.
I happen to be a fundamentalist, a Southern Baptist, and there may be some views different with, say, a Methodist or with someone from the Christian church, and all that's great.
It's very important for us to operate the radio station with the utmost integrity. And for a Christian radio station, that means maintaining core, critical, theological doctrines. The language is the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That message carries forth throughout each and every one of the programs that air on WTBN.
God has given each person a specific calling in terms of reaching lives for His kingdom. It may just be the person who rides next to you on the bus to work in the morning. There are some that God has called to reach on a larger basis. He has enabled them and given them a responsibility for a larger platform. We like to think at WTBN that we help provide that platform for our programmers.
Thanks for listening to WTBN Tampa Bay's Christian Talk. I'm Casey Bell. We've got lots more great Christian programming coming your way, like In Touch with Dr. Charles Stanley and Leading the Way with Dr.
WTBN Today. Coming up for you, we have June Hunt and Hope for the Heart, followed by Dr. David Jeremiah and Turning Point, plus the latest in traffic and weather right here on Tampa Bay's Christian Talk.
Hey, good afternoon. It is the 25th day of February. I'm Bill Hunt.
WTBN, if you'd like more.
We're to let people know about the love of the Lord.
People tune into WTBN because once they've heard WTBN and our programs, they've really found a friend.
I had a great phone call not long ago. A woman named Luz had been listening to Dr. James Dobson for years and years and years. I said, Luz, if you could ask Dr. Dobson one question, what would it be? She paused for a moment, and rather than asking a question, she said, I would just thank him, because it was through his ministry on the radio that I committed my life to Christ. I'm a single mom, and his information has been practical and effective, and spiritually, he has just touched my life forever.
As my first position in Christian radio 6 years ago, the advice I was given was to get out and shake hands and meet the pastoral community and introduce yourself to the local church, which we did, and we continue to do, alone and also with my family. We've been in the largest evangelical Southern Baptist church, with all of us on our faces worshiping the Lord.
One thing we've done is develop the ministry recognition program. We get to know the pastor, and then the following Sunday we're able to go out to the church and present the church and the pastor with a local ministry recognition award.
Those relationships, one by one, have resulted in hundreds and thousands of people hearing about our radio station from their pastor.
It's very important to involve your national and local programmers in the local station events that we do here. For example, on Drive Time, when we have a topic that comes up that we could get the expert information, I guess, from some of our national programmers, we don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call them.
In my role as the morning show host, I kind of act as a friend who's riding along in the car with you on the way to work, and you and I share together as we listen to Grace to You with John MacArthur.
To have some of those national leaders come into the Bay Area and actually come and visit with us and take part in some of our community awareness programs and dialogue one-on-one, it is a valuable contribution not only to the individuals here in the Bay Area, but I think also to the individual ministries that are part of our programming.
It's a very unique and special experience for the listener to have one of their spiritual mentors or teachers come to their church or come to their community.
It really tells our listener, and it tells the people here in our area, that they matter, as we all know that they do, but it is so reinforced when people are on site answering their questions, shaking their hand, looking into their eyes, and just letting them know that their life, that their loyalty and their listenership really matters to them.
I love to see the look on the face of some of these Christian communicators when they finally make it to Tampa and they say, wow, your radio station is really making a difference.
Wtbn. It's just a great privilege to be with you.
We want it to be a grand experience and an upper level experience for our programmer as well as our listeners.
It's a privilege to be here in Tampa.
Pastors like Chip Ingram, Alistair Begg, Charles Stanley have been to Tampa, and they know that we're able to pool from a large array of denominations and place pastors in that room. On the day of that event, when that pastor comes into the market to speak to our group of pastors, that room will be full. That room will be jam-packed with pastors eager to hear.
Just our annual Pastors Appreciation Luncheon, we had, I believe, 500 pastors with us last year. These are people that are engaged with our ministry here at Wtbn. They're engaged in the community, and we can provide such great opportunities for you to come to Tampa Bay to showcase the work that you're doing, the work that God's called you to do.
The Luis Palau Festival last year was able to generate 140,000 attendees to hear the gospel preached on the grounds of Raymond James Stadium. God is working in the Tampa Bay community through a variety of outstanding organizations. It's a great place for you to invest your programming dollar in the Tampa Bay market because it's growing, we're working for you, and there's no better place for you to be than reaching people who need to hear the gospel than Tampa Bay.